think we're live. Let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna try making the video a little lower. All right. Let's see. Okay, welcome. Getting closer to 9:30, I think. Yeah. All right, I think we're live. Welcome to the Former Squad. Today we are going to work on a Randy Moss and Tom Brady short, the two GOATs, when they teamed up 2007 in New England for an all-time team. But first, let me go through a couple things I've been looking at. So yeah, here's my YouTube channel dashboard. We're at 87 subscribers now, so that's awesome. You can see this was the released short from yesterday. It had great metrics, and I really thought it was going to get a lot of views, but it really died around 1,000. I have my suspicions. I think YouTube might have thought that this was a re-upload, that the algo re-uploaded it, because I'll show you these metrics that look great, but it didn't get that many views, so it's all good. You see it got like 1,000 views in basically the first hour, almost 2 hours, and then they killed it. Even though this stayed to watch 74%, that's great. So that means like 75% of people did not swipe away. The average view was not great, 18 seconds on a 31-second short. That's why I was trying to make it shorter. But like I said, I have a feeling they think it was a re-upload of one of my other shorts, because I have made several in the When Baseball Was War series. I linked it to this Pedro short. Anyway, they made it so, I don't know. Like I said, I think they think it's a re-upload because it has a couple of the same frames and it has the same song, and it was killing it, had great metrics, and then got completely shut down. So I don't know. Maybe me going live now will get that back going. Thank you to everybody that tuned into my live stream from yesterday. I think it was a success. You see, these are the videos that I have that are getting views right now. 23 views from the live stream yesterday. Thank you so much. All right, let's go through another couple things I've been looking at. It's like land prices hit an all-time high. Or cropland, farmland. That's another asset class that's at all-time highs right now. Just add it to the list of, signs that, I don't know. So who knows how far the market can go. But there are some cracks appearing beneath the surface. Here's another interesting thing to look at: student loan delinquencies. This is just an interesting article in general. I recommend checking out. Shows how debt has been increasing. Credit card debt has been increasing. Look at this crazy spike from mortgages, like post-COVID. That's when everybody was buying houses, I think. And then now you see nobody buying houses near the level they were just a couple years ago. Another interesting chart: foreclosures. We have the housing crisis, financial crisis of 07, 08. But interestingly, we had the COVID crash and a foreclosure moratorium. If we didn't have that, this likely would have spiked It's interesting that it went down instead of spiked, because that was a credit type crisis right there. But the Fed and the government did enough to completely invert the curve. So we'll see. I mean, that's probably because this didn't go up and went down, that's probably what caused all the inflation. Probably the actions that the Fed and the government took after the COVID crash to flood the system with money. We're still dealing with those consequences today. Good news is people didn't get foreclosed on. Bad news is the financial system might not be at its strongest point. You see, looks like delinquencies are ticking up on, I don't know what kind of debt that is, maybe. But this is the interesting chart. There was the student loan moratorium. Everything was 0% interest rates. You didn't have to pay until this year. And even still, they didn't report any delinquencies until after 90 days. And that just rolled over in August. I believe now, if you haven't paid for 90 days, you're going to be reported. And basically, a lot of people were taking advantage, but really just not paying back their loans during that time. And possible another sign of cracks underneath the surface. Another chart demonstrating the spike in student loan delinquencies. Yeah, but still we're not really seeing any foreclosures or bankruptcies. So cracks are emerging. We'll see what happens. Disney reported earnings last night. They were positive, but more interesting, it looks like Disney and the NFL agreed to a deal where the NFL took a 10% stake in ESPN, and it looks like Disney acquired the NFL Network, NFL Red Zone, and NFL Fantasy. I don't know what the NFL's doing here. Maybe they're thinking long term that Disney might split out ESPN and then they can go from there and take over ESPN. That might be their thinking, which would be a decent line of thinking because Disney cannot run ESPN. They run it like trash. ESPN Fantasy is terrible. You see that NFL Fantasy was part of the deal. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But if you play ESPN Fantasy, you know they just did an update on their fantasy app mid-fantasy baseball season prior to the fantasy football season starting. Doesn't look good. I mean, it's classic. They didn't fix any of the flaws. They just made it more confusing to look at. So I don't know. Hopefully the fantasy assets can get better, and this doesn't make NFL Red Zone worse. But who knows? Transitioning to politics. We had a couple House progressive Democrats in Mexico City trashing America, and this is just optics. Like, if you are a representative of the United States, it's just a bad look to be saying that you're a proud Guatemalan before an American. Now, I didn't read the article. I didn't watch the full video, but this is kind of the problem, I think, with people on the far left. Not people on the far left, but the politics of the far left is that it seems like our country doesn't come first, and that in fact they dislike our country and even hate it. Another interesting article about a municipal-owned grocery stores coming out in New York City. It's just an interesting split where we're at right now between the left and the right, where you have people like Mamdani winning in New York City, but then Republicans controlling the federal government. So there's going to be quite a dichotomy between what's going on in the cities and what's going on in the rest of the country. It's going to be interesting. I am doubtful that municipal grocery stores will work out. But I understand where they're coming from. They're trying to help people. So it's just hard when in a market economy to set up a government-owned grocery store and not expect there to be empty shelves. Crypto, Bitcoin, it's holding. I mean, it hasn't been great, but it looks like my stream's bad again, but hey, maybe it's better than yesterday. We'll see. Getting there. We're working on our process. I was happy with making the short on stream yesterday. I thought it was a really good short. But going back to Bitcoin, I mean, it's just been holding strong over 100K. Like, it's over 110K, and this fear and greed index is completely neutral. So that's a good sign. I mean, it just keeps going up so much that then every down tick it has seems less and less important and less like a bad sign of things to come. But it looks like Ether it hasn't started outperforming Bitcoin yet, and I don't expect it to. All right, so today, like I said, we're going to do a Randy Moss, Tom Brady. I'm going to do a Randy Moss, Tom Brady short. Two GOATs. That's the idea. They're two GOATs teamed up. And they have some great highlights. So I'm going to go to CapCut. I'll go to CapCut with camera. Alright, and this should be better than yesterday because I should have fixed some stuff. Alright, so I just have 4 clips. This short is not going to be as long as the one I did yesterday. It's not as involved of a story. Let's go from here. Alright, so I have these 4 clips. This one is of Tom Brady and Randy Moss. Just like, this is a sound effects clip, I guess. But looks like I'm going to just use this first clip right here as the start. First, I'm going to change the ratio. I'm just going to use this first clip of them like dapping each other up. Because it sets the scene. Alright, so that's a couple seconds, that's good. I think I guess it'll culminate with the record-breaking. This season was wild. This season, the Patriots went undefeated in the regular season. There were still 16 games then. They went 16-0. They beat the Giants. I think it was either week 15 or week 16 to go 15-0 or 16-0 in a regular season game that turned out to be a precursor to their Super Bowl matchup. The Patriots won in the regular seasons, but of course the Giants beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl and ruined the perfect season of what many believe was the best team of all time, featuring the best quarterback of all time and quite possibly the best receiver of all time. So, and in that season, Brady he set the record at the time. I don't know if is it still the record? Let's check. Here you have my ChatGPT, where I've drawn up this two goats clip. All right. Most touchdown passes in a season. Let's see. Okay, so Peyton had 55 in 2013. So Peyton did break the record eventually. But you can see that Tom Brady set the record with 50 that season with Randy Moss, and 23 were to Randy Moss. Let's see. Yep. So Randy Moss still holds that record from this season with 23 touchdown passes. So that's kind of why I'm making this short. I mean, everybody knows. I like to go with the archetypes, things that everybody knows. I mean, I have gotten some feedback that people want more modern content, and I am definitely going to transition into more modern content in the future. But these stories, I think they reach a lot of people because they're high impact, high recognition, and yeah. So I'm using, I want people to, like, while they're doom scrolling, to at least stop and think and remember something, be entertained, think about something that they hadn't thought about in a while, not just, like, have complete brain rot. But at the same time, I mean, I'm trying to make this interesting to watch. So let me go back to CapCut. We learned a couple things about Randy Moss and Tom Brady about this season. Okay. Alright, so I have this first clip. It's just them dapping each other up. Looks good. What's this next one? Yeah, he has two. He caught like two in this game over double coverage. That's a good angle right there. I mean, Randy. My most popular short is about T.O. I mean, I remember the tail end of Jerry Rice's career. I was not around for all of Jerry Rice. But I mean, when I saw him play, I didn't see the greatest of all time Jerry Rice. So I understand people say he's the greatest of all time. In my memory, it's got to be Randy Moss and T.O. I'd combine them. I'd say they're both about the same. I mean, Randy could make these catches like none other. I like that angle. We're going to just show this angle. And there might be two touchdowns from this game that we use. Yeah, we'll see. I'm just going to make some clips, cut it down, and then put it all together, basically. Sometimes I don't like, using the non-broadcast angle first because, everybody's used to seeing the broadcast angle, So when you show them, like, this is the difficulty where, between thinking like a filmmaker and thinking like somebody who's trying to make something that people want to watch in the scroll, you know? Like if you're a filmmaker, you might be seeing stuff like, oh, nobody's ever seen that before, like I want to make something using that. But, you know, in the doom scroll, you see something that, you know, you've never seen before, you might just scroll away. So there's a fine line of between like novelty and, I don't know, stuff that people don't care about, you know? I mean, it's like, and that's what we're working on here. That's what we're trying to figure out by making content in real time that people care about. I mean, that's pretty good. I just, like, the problem I've found with these long passes for bombs is they're just like too long, you know, for my shorts. All right, we'll get a quick preview of what we got so far. All right, dap up. This is he's gonna take it from two people. Is that this? That might be the same angle. That might be the same pass. So I don't know if I'm gonna use that one. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same pass. So I'll just decide which one of those two I want to use. Is there another one from this game? I'm not going to use both of those. I guess they're different. That's a different one. So they just looked exactly the same. That's a good image too. That's them, the two of them on the sideline, showing Brady's ridiculous. Stat line. I might just clip that. We'll see if we use it or not. But Randy's talking, like he's gesturing. I like that. There's some action. All right, we might use that. Like right now, I'm just cutting some clips down that we might use. I mean, I'm definitely going to use this first clip, I think. All right. Then he had this catch over Revis.
Play the field.
I'll just turn the volume down. I don't know how much that's distracting. Yeah, just like a dope one-handed catch over the one of the best cornerbacks of all time. Rex Ryan. Yeah, I mean, Revis, he was like, I mean, he's one of the best corners of all time. And Randy just burned him there. I like that. That's a good angle of it. And I can just, yeah, he puts his hand up. From where he puts, yeah, okay, there he puts his hand up. You see, the problem is these clips are all like, okay, well, let's go back to my, did we have any spike in the views? That's the problem. Like, I don't want it to be 30 seconds long. I released a short yesterday that was 30 seconds long and nobody watched it. Not nobody watched it, but the average view time was too low for the algo to spike it, I guess. Help me understand, YouTube, because how you gonna give me like the best stay to watch metrics I've ever had early? Like this is my channel as a whole. I've been on a heater the last 28 days. Like this is when my channel started picking up, and then I release a video that has a 74, like even higher than my average, and it gets nerfed. Like I don't understand. Tell me, like, tell me why, YouTube. I don't even have the I don't even have the breakdown for this analytics for this short yet. Like, they give you the audience retention eventually, like when people swiped away and stuff. Like, it can show you on my previous short. Let's just. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna work on this video. We're gonna try to figure out what we can do. Damn. All right. Okay. I think we're still live. Let me go to. My bad. Let me go to Safari screen. Yeah, so you see how YouTube gives this helpful audience retention graphs on your videos. Shows you like when people are swiping away, basically what parts of the video everybody saw. So I don't even have that yet for the video that I released yesterday, but I'm interested to see it because, yeah, it's just interesting because like I said, the Stayed to Watch was huge, but they nerfed it completely. Like, it's getting no views, zero views. This hasn't happened to me in a while, but it's fine. I'll build a better one. All right. Let's go back to CapCut. We're getting there. We are getting there. All right. What kind of clips we got so far? So that's the first one. I mean, those TDs just look the same, so maybe I just use one of those. I'll pick the best angle. It's a pretty good angle.
Appreciation.
This is the two of them on the sideline. I don't know if I need them on the sideline in addition to having them dap up each other in the beginning. This is the catch over Revis. Yeah, and this is going to be set to like some type of like synthy, like retro wave type song. Not like which one did I use? For the Vic short, I used Rapture by Interworld, slowed plus reverb. Might do that again. I think I used Metamorphosis by Rapture or Metamorphosis by Interworld, slowed and reverbed for my most viewed short, which is a TO short. So I'll probably use either one of those, maybe the Metamorphosis one, because it's been a little bit since I have used that one. All right, I hope this is a good short. I'm just like, I like to think about like arcs and stuff. Like, what's the arc? Is there really an arc here? I don't know if there is. It's kind of just a highlight reel. But it is. I mean, it does evoke stuff. It evokes memories in the viewer, whether or not. I think it's interesting. All right, I'll be right back. All right. Spilled a little bit of cough. It's all good. Excuse me. Okay. Let's just retitle this. I'm going to say Two Goats. Two goats. We'll just leave it at that. For now, let's just put these all together and watch it. I'm gonna clip this last one. Yeah, this is the record-breaking catch. So this is the one that record-breaking pass and catch, or definitely record-breaking pass. Moss might have already had the record. Anyway, this one's got to be in there. This one will be in there. All right, yeah. So just clipping the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips to 34 seconds. That's just not going to work. But let's look at it and see what it looks like. So we dap each other up. We got a deep bomb. It goes up over it. The two of them on the sideline. I think I can just cut that clip. Maybe I put it together in the beginning with that other one. Yeah, so that looks alright. We're just going to trim it down, really. I mean, this is called 2 records, 1 play. Let's see if there's a good celebration here after this. Looks like he just does a little dance. I mean, I'm not doing any. I mean, this is an iconic season. Randy Moss had an iconic career. This short, it doesn't fit for me to include like some of his iconic moments, like the straight cash homie quote, or like that time he pretended to moon Lambeau Field. Which is funny, like how far we've come. Like the announcer at the time was like, "This is disgraceful," or I think it was Joe Buck. Let's watch that. Joe Buck was like, "This is disgraceful." Like Randy Moss, like, "This is just so disgraceful." It's like, bro, he didn't even do anything. We're gonna find that video though. Yeah, because it was hilarious. Randy Moss Moon. I don't mean Warren Moon. I think Warren Moon was probably his first quarterback. Yeah. They gave. I wonder what Joe Buck said that time. Look at him. He's not gonna hate. Not gonna hate on Joe Buck.
The number one college essential nobody ever talks about is a Brita pitcher.
Brita makes water taste crisp and
this?
refreshing. The size is perfect.
The Vikings are not inside field goal range for Morton Anderson. Moss! Randy Moss is in for a touchdown!
That's a pretty big play. So they go up 2 touchdowns there in a playoff game when he does. I didn't know I forgot it was a playoff game.
Al Harris playing off, bit up on the route, and Randy Moss, without even really being able to run, as he shoots the moon to the fans here in Green Bay.
That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss.
Hey, you hear that? Maybe I could just clip that as like a cold open. That could be funny. Like, it has nothing to do with the short, but it's pretty good as a cold open. Like, we'll see if it works.
To the fans here in Green Bay.
That is a disgusting act by Randy.
Like Chris Collinsworth is like, as he shoots the moon, like he didn't even straight up moon Green Bay, but he pretended to. And listen to Joe Buck.
Shoots the moon to the fans here in Green Bay.
That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss.
That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss.
And it's unfortunate that we had that on our air live. That is just...
And it's unfortunate.
disgusting by Randy Moss.
Disgusting. Joe Buck, I mean, like, Mr. I don't know, man. Like, you're calling that disgusting. I wonder what you're hiding if you're calling that disgusting. I mean, that's ridiculous. I am going to download this video, though, because I might use it. That's pretty funny. Yeah, this is 4K downloader. I don't even know how this works, like how it's legal, but you can just download YouTube videos 2025, cut them. All right. That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss. I wonder if that works as... but we're gonna add that file to CapCut once I have that file, just because that's pretty funny. I mean, how are you gonna call a guy who's pretending to moon, like he's pretending to moon? How is it disgusting? Like, even if somebody did moon somebody, the first word that came to my mind would not be disgusting. Like, even if he actually mooned, it'd be like, that's insane. That's ridiculous. Like, disgusting? To pretend, like, damn, Joe Buck. Puritanical Joe Buck. Doesn't look like there's a really good celebration. Looks like Randy wanted the ball, or somebody got the ball. But so we're gonna delete that. I might just, yeah, okay. Maybe I'll show them on the sideline or something. Like, maybe cut this down to like a. Yeah, I guess I should have their faces in there because it's football, you know. Like, they're always behind helmets, so. I kind of like having that, and then, although this isn't really, this might be too much, not enough action at the start. Yeah, like 5 seconds is way too long. So I could maybe end on that. I don't know. Do we need to see their faces? Does everybody know who that is? Does everybody know that's Randy Moss and Tom Brady, two GOATs? Is that clear? I don't know. I guess I'll decide. Alright. Yeah. I guess I should include, if I'm calling this two GOATs, I shouldn't just be doing the Randy Moss part of it, you know? That makes sense. So I don't, that's a good clip and all, but it's just Randy. This is about the two GOATs together. It's not just about one. That's a nice little, he goes up and gets it, and he goes, this one I might, if I'm doing the two, yeah, see, like that, the one I had here, it was just Randy. So I'm gonna make an executive decision that because I'm titling this two GOATs, I'm just gonna delete this one. I can go back and get it if I need it. I should include the full pass. This is Brady going back. It's just like touchdown passes take a long time to tell, and it's like I'm not going to speed it up because then it looks cheesy. But, and I also, it's this is why it's gonna be tricky short. Like I want to break it up. I don't want to just have touchdown pass after touchdown pass. But like, here's 4 clips, 20 seconds. See what this looks like. Dap each other up. We got this. going deep. I mean, I guess that's what it's all about. It's all about their going, just making great plays. I mean, that's not bad. It's only 20 seconds, but I mean, if anybody in the chat wants to tell me anything, jeez, T-Mobile, you suck. You suck, T-Mobile. Getting no views because T-Mobile sucks. I don't know. Maybe you gotta go with Verizon or something. Okay. All right. 40 minutes in. Thank you for watching. So let me go back. We've got, I don't know, guys. I might just drop this, honestly. I mean, are there any other? We'll look on. Let's go to. We'll look on. I'm just gonna look if there are any other iconic moments. Just straight up Google that. See if they got any iconic moments. I don't know. I think we got a lot of them, honestly. There is a whole. We can watch. Let's go through there. There's like the NFL has. There's a whole video on Randy Moss and Tom Brady's touchdowns. So yeah, I mean, there's 23 touchdowns. These are all the touchdowns.
Protect and build around. He is again like a statue in the pocket. Able to go long for Moss. Moss has his first touchdown as a Patriot.
Back.
Yeah, guys, you know what? I mean, maybe I'll just look and see if is there one of them celebrating. Because if there's a clip of them celebrating, like I show them. I show them. Oh, this could be cool. I could end with like a modern take. Like it looks like Randy Moss was crying.
A lot of fans here were just wondering.
Looks like he was crying during. All right, we're gonna. All right, well, I like that. We're gonna end it with like a modern type clip of like maybe there's the two of them hugging or something. I don't know. Looks like Randy. Nah, I would like them to be in frame together, but it doesn't look like they are. Anyway, I'll have to find